Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are a vibrant, inclusive, and spiritual community that seeks to live intentionally, love unconditionally, and see God in all people and in all faiths. We believe the work we do in prayer and in the community creates a world that works for all cultures, races, orientations, and faiths. For over 60 years, we have practiced thinking globally and acting locally to help awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Annually, hundreds of people actively participate in our services, classes, events, and in our Spanish-speaking ministry. And we are training the next generation of spiritual leadership in our ministerial school. In the last few years, because of apparent divisions politically and socially, and because of threats to basic human rights, we have magnified our application of science of mind principles with engagement and compassion in action in the greater Napa Valley community. Our members have participated in women's marches, pride events, and we have hosted speakers on racial issues. We have empowered and mentored diverse leaders in our community and given scholarships to diverse ministerial students. We have donated over 4,000 pounds of food to our local food bank. Our spiritual director, Reverend Jay Lang, has facilitated an interfaith leadership group to hold public prayer vigils and 9/11 commemorations in participation with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. We have fostered the creation of a beloved community in the larger Napa Valley area by honoring community heroes at events and tithing to and partnering with a dozen different nonprofits that share our vision. Together, we've created a Martin Luther King Day of Service where over 1,200 participated in community service annually. The leadership of our parent organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, headquartered in Golden, Colorado, recognized our community for all of the outstanding, compassionate work we've been doing over the last few years with the 2022 Meritorious Community Award. As we move forward to do this work of the heart, to awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence, will you join us as we continue to ascend to new heights and create a world that works for everyone?
Good morning, Napa Valley. A beautiful day today, and guess what? It's the best day ever. Right? Best day ever. Everybody say best day ever. And even that we can just let go of those doubts or questions we might have and just surrender that this is the best day ever. So welcome to the best day ever today. So good to have you part of this community today, and it's great to have Astor Fox back. Let's welcome Astor and with our opening video.
Good morning. Y'all ready to sing with me? All right. This one's real easy. The lyrics are I choose love, and then we're going to sing I choose joy, and then we're going to rock out with the na-nas. Here we go. All right, sing it with me. I choose love. I choose love, I choose love, I choose love. Again, just like that. I choose love, I choose love, I choose love. All right, time to rock out. Oh, na 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 I choose joy, 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 I choose joy. All right, sing it with me. Oh, na 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 I choose love. I choose love. Oh, oh. Thank you. Y'all
Thank you.
sound great.
It was fun, so fun, just and easy to sing. So thank you. It's good to be here today, and it's good to affirm. I welcome everybody here who might be here for the first time. That we have a little baby back here, Eamon, who's here for the first time. Don's here. We welcome everybody online also who's here for the first time or continuing time. We appreciate everybody as part of this community. And you know what we like to do as opening is to say our vision and mission statement. So if you'll look up on the screen at home or here, and we say, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A great affirmation for today to open us up in this way of creating that which we are. The opening video, I think, really says how much we do in community outreach and talks about that. Yesterday, it was a poignant day. There was the Black History celebration over at Crosswalk Church, and they've been doing this, I think, for the 8th annual year. I know for a while it was at a different, sorry, I'm a little, let me get this open for some reason. Okay, there we go. It was at a different church for a while, at the Presbyterian Church, and now it's over at Crosswalk. And it's from the beginning, actually the pastor, Pete Shaw, was not there that day, but he left a video. And I think his testament is one I would agree with 100%, that Black History Month will continue to be celebrated in Napa. It will be a annual event. This was a beautiful event they had yesterday, the 8th annual, and there will be a 9th and a 10th annual. And so many of the Black-owned businesses were featured there. The speakers, a lot of people who are connected with our center as well. So it's just a great celebration. We continue to do that and continue to say that Black History Month, this month, is a great time to acknowledge the challenges that Black men and women have had in this nation, and in order to seek equality and freedom, and we continue to do what we can to support that freedom and equality. To bring idea and voice into our services. We're not a diverse community, but we remain welcome and open to that diversity, and that's the key. We don't have to compare to look at this and say we're not open, because we are. And we bring in voices of diverse people through speakers, through videos, through ways, because that diverse voice, that diverse ideas broadens us, makes us wiser, makes us see things in new perspectives, especially when we talk about the voices of spirituality and awakening, that so many of this ancestry of African Americans that have brought a certain kind of faith, and it's influenced our new thought beliefs in tremendous and powerful ways. And so we continue to honor those voices that we hear and how we open up to that. And I just want to make sure you know that we're here to stay with our opinion about diversity, because it makes us all better in spiritually, in mentally, in all ways. So it was a wonderful celebration yesterday, and several of us were there. It was fun to see several of us supporting that as well. So other events coming up. You know, it's interesting how there's a plateau, I would call it, where we don't have many events, and then we're like jumping off the cliff, and suddenly today we're jumping off the cliff. So hold on. This Saturday, we're going to just gather here. People that have helped with decor in the past are welcome. Other people are welcome to come. We're just going to take down some things, put some things up, kind of bring it into this month's theme of interconnectedness. And of course, this being February, love, different themes like that. So anybody that would like to join us, I'm kind of naming this group of people design and decor team. Some people might call that a D&D team, but other people might think that has a different reference. If you're probably under 50, you know what another acronym for D&D. But so you're welcome to come at 10 o'clock on Saturday and join. And we'll be not here more than an hour and a half. But I know there's ideas about how to put these lights up without getting them so tangled, so I would appreciate that. Or he's, oh yeah. And then on Sunday, we're having this J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett will be here during the services, and we'll have a potluck right after the service, and then they're going to have a concert. And they sent us a video to introduce themselves and some of their music.
Hi, Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. My name's J.D. Martin.
And I'm Jan Garrett. We are coming to you today from our home in Colorado. Can't see it, but we've got lots of snow outside, so we're very glad we're going to be coming to you soon.
On February 9th, we're going to be giving a music and message presentation in the morning,
Yep.
followed by a potluck, and then a concert in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So we hope you'll join us.
Please join us. Some of you guys may already know of us and our music, and if you do, great, come. And if you don't, great, come as well. We're looking forward to singing and playing for you guys and with you guys.
Okay.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God.
So you can see the beauty of their their music there. Can you hand me those two clipboards over there, Michael, that are underneath that brown folder? So on the next Sunday is also the Green Bag Sunday, where we bring in food donations, just this. Bring in food donations, and I'm giving you a special opportunity because it is Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to use a play on words and SOUPER, Super Bowl. And anybody that brings in cans of soup or chili or stew, for every can brought in, I'm going to donate $1 to the food bank. So we'll see how many cans you can bring in. Now, there's a limit to this, but, you know, you could do me a favor and Janice a favor by just, if you have like 3 cans, put the number 3 on top of it, or, you know, so we don't have to go through every bag and count them. So we'll estimate that. So that would be very helpful. And you can bring in those bags during the week if you want to, drop them by the office or on Sunday, and we'll see if we can come up with a number or an estimate that day. But it'll be fun. If not, we'll give it the next Sunday. But so that's part of our green food bag. And if you don't have a green food bag, there are some. You can pick up some today. Outside the back office, I pick one up, and the idea is you just take the green bag and fill it up with stuff along with your regular shopping, or bring home your groceries and add it from there, either one. And then bring it on during the week or Sunday. So, and then also this coming next week is the Pro Inclusion Napa meeting on the 11th at 5:30 at the Methodist Church. That's facilitated by Joanne Sutra and Laura Keller. So I hope you can make it. Many of you have been going to those. It's open to anybody who wants to start there soon. And then on the 15th, you're invited to come to the annual community meeting where we vote in new board members. And if you have anybody that you want nominated to be a board member, please see me or send me an email. And then we'll present the 2024 summary of our finances, as well as the 2025 budget, and ask for your input about plans and ideas. And now also there's been a couple surveys that you've been able to be a part of. We hope that you're filling those out and can bring those back by that date, by that meeting, so that we can get your ideas there, or at that meeting we can get your ideas there as well. Now, every year we have this annual community meeting and we play a game. Do you know what this game is? It's called, Are You a Member? Guess what? Most people don't even know. That's the game. Because only members can vote on board members and other things like that. And they go, well, I've been going here for years, but I don't even know if I'm a member. So today I have the solution. So on these sheets of paper, and I'll start one on each side. Dale, could you get me another pen, please? And we'll start these. And what you do, if your name is on here, just put a check on it. And if not, and you want to become a member, one of the last sheets have blanks and just put your name on there. And I'll meet with people in the sanctuary after, like say at 12, they'll give a chance for prayers to happen and stuff like that. But if you have questions about membership or you want to be a member, go ahead and put your names on there. Yes, quick question, Erica. Oh, it should be the 16th. Thank you for that correction. February 16th, that should be. Thank you. So I'm going to start this one with a pen. Did somebody come up with another pen? Is there one on the prayer table maybe? So I'll start this and, oh, we got one here. We got one. Thank you. So this will help us figure out, and also the board would really like to be able to track membership, and so this is our way of putting more emphasis. And there's some conversation about creating events for member only that would be special classes or a special dinner or special events. So we treat, by the way, those are alphabetized by last name. So, and maybe you're not on there, maybe you should be on there. It could be a clerical mistake, so put your name on there and we'll be able to do that. Moving on, please save save the date for Sip and Savor on May 4th, and or May 3rd. That's the first date. God, all my dates are wrong. That's last year. Okay, ignore that one and pay attention to this one. May 3rd, 2025, and we're accepting nominations for the Compassionate Heart Awards. The link is on our website. The deadline is the 16th, so please get those in if you plan to nominate somebody for a Compassionate Heart Award. We've awarded them to a number of people here in the community that have been doing great work all over Napa Valley, so please consider that. So it's nominations not just from this community, but from beyond, people doing work out in the community. And then we have a fun thing on March 1st. Peggy Usak, one of our practitioners, is going to do a workshop called The Art of Smudging. And you're literally going to make your own smudge sticks, and she's going to teach you how to practice with them if you don't know already. And you're not only going to smudge each other for clearing, but you're going to go around the center's property and clear the area here. So that'll be fun. The workshop is free. There will be an optional gratitude donation, but it's free, including all the supplies. So I hope that you're able to. We'll start registering for that next week. We'll put a sheet out for that. There might be one out now, but I don't know for a fact if there is or not. And then a long way up on Tuesday, March 3rd, there's a new class starting called Beyond Limits. It's taught by Reverend Georgia Davis. And it's a beginning class as far as our beliefs in here. So if you've never taken a class with us, or if you want a refresher in these basic spiritual principles, is a great way to do it. And if you're not sure if you want to take it or not, it will be hybrid, by the way, so it'll be online too. There's going to be a free intro on Sunday, February 23rd after the service. So you can just show up for that to get a sense of what the class is like. And we'll get more information and registration starting next week. Also, just on in working with the community, I have, and I think most of us do, concerns about friends and family we might have that are maybe they're undocumented, or we don't know if they're undocumented or not. We don't want to ask. We don't want to. And what they need to know is that if anybody approaches them at their door, they do not have to open the door, unless there is a specific court order to do that. And they're not required to do that, and they don't need to answer the door. And that's a simple thing. So pass that around to people, that they don't have to be in. There are some cards out available to people, resources available, and we'll make those more available as we have them. But just know that our heart and our love, these are our neighbors, okay? These are our neighbors, and we want to include them in any way in our community that we can. And that brings up prayer, because for me, this is I just want the highest and best for all, in all ways. And I appreciate, as a community, that we open up. I know some of these issues are, we have differences of opinions about them. And we want to make sure we're coming from love and compassion and oneness in everything we do. And sometimes I'm not. And prayer brings me back to that. Meditation brings me back to that. And if you're struggling with this yourself, you might want to consider requesting prayer, either with a practitioner after the service, or in the lobby prayer request, or online, because this is a spiritual tool we offer to come back to center, come back to a place of knowing, a place of love that we want to come from, no matter what's going on in our lives. So with that in mind, we'll begin our sacred time of our service.
We are the weavers of the thread of the thread. We are the weavers of the thread of the thread of all life, weaving in and weaving out, the thread of all life, weaving in and weaving out. We are the keepers of the light, of the light. We are the keepers of the light, of the light. The light of the dawn, shining in and shining out. The light of the dawn, shining in and shining out. We are the weavers of the thread of the thread. We are the weavers of the thread of the thread of all life, weaving in and weaving out, the thread of all life, weaving in and weaving out.
As we take a moment now, settling in, opening up to that one presence, that one power, knowing that that divine consciousness is with us each moment in every decision, every encounter that is happening on this planet now. I know that that divine energy is a wake-up call that's shaking this consciousness right now. I know that that wisdom, that love, that heartfelt kindness that's in this very room right now, this community is being forced out into the universe in love, action, as we just know with each and every one of our hearts right now, as we just stand forth in our convictions, in our beliefs, knowing that our right to have that wisdom is perfect and true, and it's love and light. I know that today that Reverend Jay's message, the music from Austria, and all the other things that happen in the center are being divinely guided. That I know that this power and this presence within this universe is just percolating right now to a common goal, to a common good, whether we know it or not. I know that this beautiful oneness that we have in our hearts is a manifesting prayer, knowing that consciousness is with us every single day, and every holy encounter, every person that we meet on the street as we just move forward in this life now, knowing that we are the ones, we are the happening, we are the perfect leaders in this group. We just share with each other in this community. We bring forth that commitment to stand strong and rise in all these beautiful times right now. It's just rain and this beautiful weather just shakes up the consciousness, heals this beautiful planet that we call Mother Earth. And I know that in every nation in this country, on this planet, in this world, in every state, in every city, that right now, that wisdom and that consciousness is just manifesting right now. Whether we can see it or believe it, we know that it is true. And I know that this to be sound, I know this to be full-heartedly true in my own consciousness. I say yes. And with this, I say, and so it is. So it's nice to be in Napa. I haven't been here for a while. It's good to see you all. It was a long month. It seemed like a year almost. I don't know about the rest of you. I've been sick for a week, so today's the first day I've actually left my home. I almost went to a spiritual sounding last night, then I got gun shy. But, okay, good. Well, I brought you guys a treat about Black History Month. So I even had to look it up. Is it still going to happen? But yes, it is. But anyways, yes, a round of applause. But there's some, I was given this a couple years ago, and I thought I'm going to bring it to Napa, and I never did. And it was like, oh, I've got that paper. So it's kind of got some pictures on the front and some questions on the back. And if you have to, you can look at the very bottom and flip it upside down and find the answers. But it was kind of intriguing. Half of them I couldn't even figure out. And I took history classes and civics classes, and I used to get A's in those classes. And a lot of this history I did not know. So I just want to say thank you. And so I brought it from another center. We didn't put Napa Center for Spiritual Living on it. As you guys know, I kind of two-time. And I'm back and forth from West Sacramento, a very diverse community. So anyways, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today. I'm just got through having a really good journey with my daughter during Martin Luther King weekend. We went to Monterey and stuff, so I've been doing a lot of self-care and taking care of myself. To me, that's a beautiful thing to do when I'm in the midst of what maybe could be the confusion or whatever in my life. So I always like to get grounded so that I can respond to situations versus reacting to them. So to me, self-care is a big thing, like Jay was saying a minute ago, meditation and the like. So anyways, maybe y'all can just take a deep breath today, have fun with the questionnaire later, and I'm glad to be here today. Thank you very much.
I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world. I make an impact with each being I meet. I am exactly who I need for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy for my highest good. For my highest good I am worthy. I am accepted by this divine source of love that rises through this world. I make an impact with each heartbeat. Today is exactly what I need. For my highest good, for my highest good I am worthy. For my highest good, for my highest good I am worthy. I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world. For my highest good, sing it with me. For my highest good I am worthy. Again, for my highest good I am worthy. For my highest good, for my highest good I am worthy. One more time, really feel it. Open your heart. For my highest good, for my highest good I am worthy. I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world.
Thank you, Astra. It's beautiful. And Michael, wonderful message today and beautiful prayer. I think it's so important for us. Self-care is like really important right now. I mean, it's always important, but it's really important right now. And I think self-care is one way we can remember to, what I would say, stay in our lane. Stay in my lane is a term from bicycling. I used to do some recreational bicycling where there were bicycles literally all around you. And if you started looking at them, you would have an accident and there would be a crash. So you just kept focused on your lane, where you're going. And it doesn't mean we're not connected. So I know that this year we're talking about a soul emergent, but in particular this month we're talking about an interconnection. And even though we're in our lane, we're aware that we are connected with all things that open up in our lives. That is the truth that we are at the deep level connected with all of life and the entire universe. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist teacher, calls this interbeing. And I love the term interbeing because it opens me up in the idea, like I think of inner being, so I find peace in my inner being. I find love in my inner being. But interbeing means I'm being, but I'm interacting, interrelating, interconnection between other people and the universe. It is more than just like I am this individual energetic system, and I am connected with all that is. All that I am is God stuff, is cosmic, creation, And spirit is so much more that I'm connected with in almost neural pathways, just like we have our own neural pathways within us, our nervous system, our meridian systems of energy. That energy is also connected. And we use that. A metaphor is called Indra's net. And Indra's net is a metaphor, a mythology from both Buddhism and Hinduism that represents a spider web. And the spider web, every place that is connected, every little knot, every little place, there's a jewel. And in that jewel, we are each one of those jewels. And in each of those jewels, there's a reflection of the other jewels and all of life. So from my jewel place, my little connection, my little droplet there, I am an individual drop. But I reflect all the other drops, and all the other drops reflect me. This is our interconnection. And although spider webs you think of in two-dimensional, it actually goes in all directions, in all ways, and this deeper sense of who we are. It stretches out infinitely in all directions. And it's not just between humans, it's between all of life. Somebody once did a study with carrots, okay? Carrots. Just a carrot from the grocery store, put EKG monitors on it, and then thought about cutting it, and it had an energetic response. Now, it wasn't a fear. It wasn't like, oh no, I'm going to get cut. It's not that kind of response. It's just this person was thinking, was sending energy towards this carrot, and this energy of the carrot responded. A mirror of it. Life is always mirroring back to us our consciousness. We don't always get what we're praying for, but we always get where we're praying from. This consciousness that is life itself is opening up in us. And this idea of this radical interconnection. Radical is an interesting word, right? So it simply means we're going to move beyond this concept of separateness. You might think of radical as being something that is, extreme or fundamental. I think in today's terms, that's how it's defined. But if you go back to the originating definition of it, it has to do with root or ground or something vital to life. So when I'm talking about this radical interconnection, it's something that's deep-seated, essential, and the recognition of it in our life is really the only way, I think, but definitely our life will work better when we're in this interconnection, this interbeing. It's also a core belief in Centers for Spiritual Living, really all of New Thought, that we are connected, we are one in all of our spiritual practices, whether it be prayer or meditation or visioning or affirmations. We recommend starting from a place of oneness. Now, sometimes that oneness is just not like that, right? It's a process of surrendering and letting go and letting go of the judgments and the fears and things that are getting in the way of oneness. So we begin from this place, or we find this place to begin, because the beautiful thing about affirmative prayer that New Thought teaches is that if we want to know peace for the Ukraine, or peace for a friend of ours, or healing for a friend of ours, then we have to know it in ourselves first. We have to find the peace within ourselves. We find health and wholeness in ourselves. We find joy in ourselves. And sometimes that's a process in itself, but every practitioner, every minister here knows that's the training. You know that first, and then I can know it for anybody else, all of life. When I feel connected. So this interconnectedness is both within me, in my body, mind, heart, and soul. And is also as I know it in my body, heart, and soul, I can know it for all of life. In my lane, this is what I'm doing. I know because in my lane is this oneness that I can know. That I have to find this first. And because I can find this harmony within me, I can find it in all things. And from this place, I can foster compassion and understanding and life abundant. And what I know is this is a natural part of our life. It is always emerging. I was telling somebody a story the other day about how when I was in high school and early college, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. And I found that part of me I was a debater. Like I was really good at debate. Like I would rip into people. And I found I didn't like that part of myself. Now, I know lawyers now that aren't mean and manipulative, but I was finding it was bringing out that part of me. And as I discovered when I decided to go into teaching and then ministry, that it was bringing out a different part of me. I liked that part of me, but guess what? That was the authentic part of me. That was my true self. I was just putting on a role. I don't think anybody is naturally mean or cruel or manipulative. I think that is an artificial self. And so when we are truly authentic, when that part of us that is emerging, that is always there, and we allow it to be, we align with it, and you can be a lawyer or an accountant, a mechanic, whatever it is you do, or you can be retired, and allow this greater sense of life to come through us. So Derek Rydell, who's written this book called Emergence, has this great quote. As you become more rooted inside, as you drink from the silent stream of life that runs beneath the surface of everything, as you live from that depth of your own being more and more, then you'll be able to rise taller and stronger in this world more than you may have ever thought possible. This silent stream of life that runs beneath the surface of everything. I love our new slides that Shauna created this week, because behind this quote, you can see that web, that interconnectedness that runs, and that's almost like what it is that runs behind our lives, or the ground of our being, some people call it. And it's not by accident, it's by design. The self-givingness of this universe gives this to us. We receive it so we know it. This understanding. Heraclitus, a philosopher, I don't even know, ancient. Let's just call him ancient. And many of his writings have not survived. So we only have fragments of his writing. But the fragments we have are amazing. So my favorite is the one is made of all things, and all things issue from the one. The one is made up of all things, and all things issue from the one. He also said in another fragment, said, good and ill are one. The road up and the road down are one and the same. So this idea that there is only one and all things come from the one. So when we think about the creation of this universe, it continually is evolving. It's continually creating. There was not a point in time that now we have life. In the Bible it says 7 days, but 7 days would not be enough to create all this. And it is still emerging. I used to think, and I still do to agree, thought that evolution is not survival of the fittest, but survival of our yearning for something new. When life was slugs, and there was some yearning to be able to understand and sense the world, an I began to be born in creatures. Was it an intention, or was it something already inherent in life, this yearning, this life that emerges as an I so we can sense the world, a yearning to understand, and ears, some sound devices start appearing in the biology of our lives, have evolved. The makers of this great nation also used part of Heraclitus's phrase to say our motto is out of the many one. And I think I believe strongly we are a great nation because we have brought in diversity into this nation from Europe, from Africa, from South America, Central America, Canada, Hawaii, Asia, all areas, and we are this. And I don't even like the term melting pot, because melting pot sounds like we are all, we are all the same. We are individual and unique, and that uniqueness makes a difference in how we see the world. I think the universe is always creating, and all things issue from the one. So in this radical interconnectedness we have, what we know as little changes can have a huge difference. Little changes. This started the idea of change called the butterfly effect. Was found by a meteorologist who, when he was doing weather patterns, he saw that little things made huge differences in weather. And he called it a butterfly effect because his metaphor was a butterfly could flutter on one side of the universe, one side of the earth, and it would affect weather patterns on the other side. Now that may be a little dramatic, but I have known that there are, there's a story from Unity Village. Unity is our cousins in New Thought. And Unity Village, if you've never been there, it's in Lee Summit, Missouri. It's a beautiful, hundreds of acres retreat center that they have there. And it's a precious and sacred place for them. And I was there, and I felt the sacredness there. So Missouri is also a tornado area. And there was a tornado coming directly for Unity Village that would have done great damage. Nobody really knows how much. And this woman stood on the edge of the property and looked where she could see the tornado and said, this tornado has no power over this retreat, this village. And the tornado moved around and went back and started the path. It's almost like it just took a little C and then went on. Now, is that a myth? Is that a true story? I believe it's possible. I believe that what we do, like all the fires in Los Angeles, we experienced them, the fires in Santa Rosa and here in Napa, we experienced them. There were so many little things done that saved people's lives. Unsung heroes that provided shelter and food and rescued people out of homes and knocked on doors. And those are the little things that make a difference. Mother Teresa says, I alone cannot change the world, but I cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. And this is the ripple we talk about. This illustration shows that one rock makes a big splash, but around it, there are many ripples created. And so that which we do creates, look at all these ripples it creates. The magic of this little things that we do, staying in our lane and doing this. I was out shopping the other day, and I don't know if you know much about the area around Redwood Road, but when the middle school gets out there about, it's about 3:15, 3:30, it gets super busy with traffic. And I just didn't think about it. I just was going to the store, going to Trader Joe's. And so I'm waiting in line. And it takes me like 4 or 5 rounds to get to the stoplight to be able to cross 29. And when I got up there, I noticed on the other side of the road, there's a woman whose car is broken down, and she looks really frustrated because cars are just zooming around her and not doing things. So I just pull over my car in a safe place and get out and kind of stop traffic, and I go, can I push your car? And she goes, yes, please. So I got behind her car, and cars were still kind of going around us, and I start pushing it. She puts it in neutral, I start getting, but then I hit this hill, so I went up, and then it came down. I pushed up, and it came down. And this, so the middle school kids are starting to walk by. One kid, I don't know, 11, 12 years old. I said, hey, come help me. So he did that. We got in there, we pushed it, we went up, and we went down. So then suddenly there was about 12 or 15 of them, and they all, hey, come on in there, going, What? No, really, come on. So we all got in there and we started pushing and pushing. We got over the hill. We kept moving it down the street and around and into a parking lot. And it was so fun because they were all kind of giving each other a hard time. Like, come on, push harder. You know, you can do it. And I could even, to me, it was a metaphor for community because I stepped back at one point because they were doing so good and I could watch them doing it. So to me, that's like when I empower people here, I don't need to be involved in everything. And it was just a beautiful moment, but I'm sure they went home that night and told their parents all about it. I know I went home, and I finally made it to Trader Joe's. I was talking to the clerk about it. I went home, talked to Michelle about it. I mean, it was fun. It felt like something bigger than myself. This service that I was doing, that I was willing to. Little things do make a difference. Let's keep doing them. No matter what's going on, keep doing what you can do. Your lane, that's all you can do. In that moment, I was called to help that woman. I didn't know what was going to happen. At first, there were a lot of cars zooming around me, and there were people looking at me funny, and they weren't going to stop and help, you know. That's fine. I'll get the people that are ready to help, ready to do what is there to do. So I think that's important to do. What I know, and I said this before, to pray for peace, we must find peace within ourselves first. And to me, that's the most important thing to do. That whatever action we take in the world, we do it from a place of oneness, not anger or frustration, even though we'll have those moments. We do it from a place where we're radically interconnected. And what I also know is we can practice interbeing and mindfulness. Thich Nhat Hanh, who I mentioned earlier. What? What I do what? Oh. Okay, moving on. So practicing interbeing. Thich Nhat Hanh is this just, have you ever go on YouTube and watch a video if you've never seen him teach. He's just this beautiful person of compassion and peace. And he says, every thought we produce, every word we pronounce, everything we do changes our body, mind, and environment. The environment in which we find ourselves is us. It is the result of our action. You have to be responsible for both your own body and mind, and for your environment. Your environment is you. With mindfulness, compassion, and understanding, you can assure a better future for yourself and for the world. So this whole idea of mindfulness and awareness opens us up to a greater perspective, to a greater life, to a greater understanding, a greater knowing in all things we do. There was on Monday and Tuesday mornings, there's a group that comes in here that teaches music to preschoolers. And I noticed that they had moved the chairs to the side, which was fine. And then they put the chairs up on stage and over the door, and then I saw, oh my gosh, they blocked the emergency exit. They can't do that. That's scary. So I came in and talked to, before one of the class, I came in and talked to him. I go, can you not, we need to leave the emergency exit open. He goes, oh, yeah, that's right. And he goes, well, you know why we put it up there? I go, no. He goes, because the kids were running out the door. Oh, that's a different perspective. I hadn't thought about that. And he said, yeah, and we put the chairs up here on the stage so they wouldn't. Guess what these look like to them? Balls. Glass, fragile balls. So we need to, and sometimes wipe our lens a little bit to create a greater perspective of who and what we are, and that's the value of our diversity. When we talk about opening up to this life in this way, we know that it's okay to rock the boat. It's okay to if you're coming from compassion and love, it's okay to shift and open things up and advocate for things that we care about. This week I was thinking about Amanda Gorman, who she was the Youth Poet Laureate, and her words. And I love her words that are from her poem called A Hill We Climb. And in that poem, she talks about how we can connect with each other, how if we're willing to share the light and be the light. And if we're to live up to our time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in the bridges we've made. Because we close the divide, because we know we put our future first, we must put our differences aside. And then she goes on to say that we're called towards this place of oneness, this place of love. And I wanted to put her voice in the room.
We lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made.
Brave enough to be it, to be this interconnection, this exactly. Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. And I guess the bravery for me comes letting go of the judgments I have, that my rightness, that I'm sure I'm right? And I'm sure other people are wrong, which is the other side of that. We got to let go of that. We got to find places that we come together as one human race, one conscious race that is interconnected in all ways. And if we're brave enough to see it and to be it, we can do that. Let us go to prayer. Do we just allow ourselves to be this interconnectedness, this interbeing of love and peace and joy? For we know from this place of oneness that Spirit is moving in through us, emerging through us. What is ours to do? What is the highest power, the highest love, the highest expression of that which we are seeking and that which is coming through us, emerging through us. And we are so grateful for this, for we know it is Spirit that is doing this in and through us and will always. We're grateful for this, and so it is.
You will remember the great dream that you are. The spark ignited, and you sparkle like the sunlight on the lake. You are as the fire is to flame. You are. You will remember the truth of what you are. You are a vision, a picture perfect frequency of love. You are made of stardust from above. You are, and you will bloom as wide as you allow. Your dreams will only reach as far as your doubt. It's only fear that keeps you out of the now. You will surrender to loving what you are. For what is brighter or lighter than the surface of your soul? You are dreams will only reach as far as your doubt. Don't let your fear keep you out of the now. You will remember the great dream that you are. The spark ignited, and you sparkle like the sunlight on the lake. You are as the fire is to flame. You are.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. So this time in our service, we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. We so appreciate your contributions, both in service and financial contributions. They do feed our vision and mission. So if I could have our ushers come forward, please. There's a variety of ways that you can give, including bill pay and online giving kind of things during the service or beforehand. And we appreciate all that you give. So we know that you have given sometimes previously, so if you will take your hand and just put it over your heart to represent that which you've given in the past, what you're giving today, or what you'll give in the future, and repeat the affirmation with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
Won't you affirm with me our abundance, our success, and love? I expand in abundance. I expand in success. I expand in love every day, and I inspire others to do the same. Just like that again. Here we go. I expand in abundance. I expand in success. I expand in love every day, and I inspire others to do the same.
See, we need to, we know your songs so well now, we need to start having hand gestures to them. You know, I saw some people doing, I expand in abundance. So we should start doing
I
that.
studied sign language for years.
Oh, we should do
so
that.
I would love to incorporate that.
So maybe before a song, I think that'd be great.
Yep.
I'd love it.
Absolutely.
A couple reminders today. First of all, it's raining off and on, so we're going to have snacks in the kitchen, and we also have room in Mary's office where you can set up seating, different things like that. Make sure you take home those half sheets that have the announcements on them. Also, you can there's a QR code on there, but it's always available to us that online has all that information on to you, particularly the link for the live links that has everything listed, so you can always find that there. This is the first, why don't we have our kids come in, and then I'll involve them in here. Because you never know. I was going to ask about birthdays, and we might have some birthdays among our youth, so we could find that out too. So this is, we asked, first of all, is anybody here for the first time? We'd like to bless you and honor you. Anybody here for the first time? We have a little baby back here for the first time. So the full, Amen Angelo Pinkney. So welcome, Amen. And then also, this is the first of the month, so often we ask, does anybody have any birthdays in February? Are there any February birthdays? February birthdays? What? The board? No, Mike Ward. Oh, Mike Ward, February. You guys have any birthdays in February? No? Your birthday today? Oh, Mike's birthday is today. All right. And then also we honor anniversaries. Anybody have an anniversary in February? We also honor sobriety birthdays who might anniversaries. Anonymous, and that's an important thing. It's an important pathway. So let's raise our hands with the affirmation blessing. Amen. New people, birthdays, and our children up here. We say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community. So it is. And then a special greeting for just our youth. We say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. Woohoo. Let's we got something here to share? What here to share? I don't have a microphone here.
Love is always the answer.
So let's wait, come up here, let's answer this again. So whatever question you have, love is always the answer. That's right. Thank you for reminding us that. Let's all stand for the community affirmation and then our closing song. Repeat. Practitioners. Could practitioners come forth, please? Practitioners. There will be practitioners. Diana, do we have practitioners available? Oh, Shauna's here. She's doing production. Diana's coming up. So if you want prayer, please stay in the sanctuary. There'll be prayer right here. And food and coffee will be in the kitchen. And repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. Thank you. I am so grateful. And so it is. And now our closing song.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
So as we go forth, let's stay in our lane and be peace from a place of oneness. And so it is.
What, 1926? Clean up, please.